crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are well. I'm doing good. It is Monday for me, so you'll all be seeing this on a Tuesday. Do you remember when Biddy, Petty, and I made these prompt cards? Well, I need some more. Um, for reasons for a future endeavor that I'm working on. So, I figured out I need like 28 more. So that's kind of what I have left in this deck here. So I need to work on those. And so I just thought I would work on them and chat with you all and see where that gets us, right? Um, I need to, I have some, strips cut. So I think I'm going to need a few more of these squares cut for this. And let's see, it's 2 1/4. So I'm just going to mark this on here to make it easier than having to try to find the line every time. So I'm just going to put that there. Let's see if we can get this a little closer. There we go. So you have an idea of what we're working on. And I'm just going to cut these into, finish cutting all these into 2 1/4 inch strips. And let's set, let me find the timer because I don't want to keep y'all for forever today. I think that worked. All right. But, yeah, I'm running a little bit behind today because Biddy Penny wasn't on this morning because she's on vacay. She's on her way to the craft roulette, get together. I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called. You know me. If I don't write things down, then I don't know what they are. That's just it for me. But yeah, so I figured I would get these done. I'm trying to wrap up some projects so that I can start on a new project. I think probably the next video will be perhaps trying to get Marcella wrapped up. I received a wonderful, so sweet, happy mail from my friend Dawn, and so I'm going to use that material to finish up Marcella and get her done. And then I need to do a flip through of her, so that's fun. And I was thinking I don't think I watched my friend Karen McCoy yesterday. I don't know if she was on and I didn't get the notification, but I thought I had that stuff all set to notify me, so maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed one. Because I do know I didn't get to watch her yesterday. And it bums me out because I've been watching her. I even watched her when I was sick. I am still feeling much better, so that's a good thing. Feeling back to my normal self. I did have a really nice visit yesterday. My grandkids came with my daughter, and that was really nice to see them. I haven't seen them in a minute, face to face. I do see them over FaceTime quite a bit, but I hadn't seen them face to face in a little bit, so that was good to see them. And they're the ones that are getting ready to move, so I want to take advantage when I can of being able to see them. For sure. And I'm just finishing cutting these up because I feel like I will be making more in the future, so I might as well just have these all ready to be able to use, because they're really just the backgrounds of whatever it is, you know, is on the card. So, and I just want to, like, today we're not making the individual cards, we're just mass making, you know, like the bases for them. So, you know, they have the card as the base, but then I kind of put this background on them. And then I've been doing a trick. I did a set of them the other day, and I printed the titles out on sticker paper, and then I just cut those apart, and that worked really well, because then I could just stick them onto the card, because, you know, with cards, the surface is slick, you know, shiny. So it makes it a little bit harder for things to stick. You got to really kind of use the good glue. I noticed I didn't use the good glue when I was doing them with Bitty Penny, and a few of them have started to come apart a little bit. I've had to fix them. So I don't want to have to keep doing that. So I'm trying to avoid that in the future, so that they all stay together nice and neat, because they will be getting some use in the future. Hopefully. And these are just backgrounds that I made. I do believe they're on my Ko-Fi. If you want to, you know, go grab them, they're kind of just mixed media-ish backgrounds. I just really love them. And I found that I use them for a lot of things, and I think I will use them for a lot of things in the future. This one doesn't look like, oh, these I'm not sure were cut before. There we go. I was going to say, these are longer. When I was using these the other day, I must not have needed them as much. Okay. So yeah, I had a nice visit with my grandkids. It's good to see them. Always nice to see them. They've gotten big so fast. You know, they all grow so fast. My granddaughter, she's gonna be 8, but it's like she's going on 30. She's such a little thing. She's just a little petite thing. And my grandsons are ornery as ever. So it was really nice to see them. Good to have everybody together for a little while. I'm not thrilled about the fact that they're moving, but you know, what can you do? You know, I can't do anything about it, so it doesn't. I'm trying just to separate these so there's not as many. Wait, let's do this. Like lumped up together. Okay. Hold on. Now I gotta think. Okay, that was the end of that. I'm like, gotta actually use my brain here for a minute instead of being on autopilot. Oh my gosh, I woke up this morning to my friend Di. Let me tell you about her. The Messy Palette AU. She is the orneriest thing I ever met in my whole life. She is for sure ornery. I woke up this morning to a message from her about a gnome. And I have been trying to be so good and not send her gnome stuff because I thought, oh, I think I'm kind of pushing it a little too much with her. I was afraid I was making her mad. And, um, and I kind of heard somebody like equated to somebody who was like, afraid of clowns. And I'm like, but I don't really think she's afraid of them. I think they just annoy her, but still, I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? So, um, so I thought, well, I'll lay off the gnomes for a while, let her be, let her do her thing. And, but now she's sending them to me. So I'm like, girl, you're just asking for trouble. I was trying not to poke the bear, but I mean, she's so ornery, and it just makes me giggle. Very first thing when I wake up, it was an ant. We get these teeny tiny little ants. Every once in a while, I'll see one. I'm like, I feel like it's been transported in here. Usually they're just in the kitchen. And I've got like traps out and all kinds of stuff, but they're just, I swear we live on top of an anthill or something. It's ridiculous. They come every year. That's the one nice thing about winter. No ants. I don't have to deal with them. I have to keep everything covered up and put up so that the ants don't come try to take it away. But yeah, it's a problem everybody has around here. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, for sure. But anyways, my friend Di, she's the orneriest little thing I ever met. I ever did know. She just has me rolling with laughter most times. But I appreciate the snark. I appreciate it. I can dish it out, but I can also take it. So I have no problem with the snark. Some people are sensitive to it, and I get that, but I'm not. I'm not one of those people. I had to go in and make sure my bell was on for Craft Roulette so I could get notifications if any penny goes live from there. When I don't even know when it starts. I just know it's sometime this week. But I hope she has a good time. I know she will. Mary seems like such a sweet lady, and I watch Twisted Paper Studio and oh my gosh, what's the other one called? I can't remember the name of the other one, but they're doing retreats and they have their videos on, and they're so funny. They're like Laverne and Shirley together, those two. They're so funny. I keep seeing them on my Instagram, and I'm like, it's just hilarious to see them. They're such good friends, and they always look like they're having such a great time. I wish I was rich and could afford to go to all these things, and didn't have agoraphobia and could go to all these things, but but that's not the case for me, and I'm okay with that. And I love the lives with all my crafty friends. Pam, the ginger cat lady, she just did a live the other night. She did such a good job, and it was like an interview. It was pretty cool, actually. I thought it was pretty neat. Sophie has recently introduced me to podcasts, because what was that stupid show we were watching? Love Island. People are all out and about into the real world now, and so people have been having them on podcasts. And so Sophie has been sharing those with me. She is obsessed. She said she's going to be on Love Island one day, which I don't doubt it. If that girl sets her mind to something, I imagine that it'll happen. Um, but anyways, so we've been watching those lately. Kind of interesting. It's kind of like a new wave talk show, right? The only thing is some, of course, some podcasters I've already noticed are better than others. Um, they don't have to have a background in journalism, really. Anybody can become a podcaster. I could be one, and I don't have a background in journalism, so. But yeah, I thought the whole concept of it was kind of interesting, a modern day take on the old talk shows. But, and maybe they ask questions that the talk show hosts, were kind of prohibited from asking because, of sponsors or, you know, they're, they were getting paid by stations and things like that. So different channels or whatever. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting take on it. And I know they've been around for a long time and I'm just a little bit behind on it, but, yeah, I found it to be very interesting for sure. For sure. But yeah, the one girl we watched was really good. Then there was one that with two girls we watched that were like not my cup of tea. They did not look a bit interested in whoever they were talking to. They looked disengaged about the whole interview. And they have to go after these people, and maybe they do it not so much out of interest, but out of because they're trying to get views or whatever, and they're the hot topic right now. But I kind of feel like you have to have some kind of interest in, or knowledge about, whoever you're talking to or questioning. Like if you have an author on, then you need to have read their book to have a clear understanding, of who, what that's about. But it didn't. Maybe these ladies did, but if they did, it didn't seem like they were a bit interested. So that was a bit like, out of all the ones we watched, that one was probably the worst. I would not save them under my, watch again. Keep a watch out for whatever these people are, whoever they're going to interview. But okay, we've got them done. That was really quick, right? See how fast that was to do the backgrounds? And then I'm just going to go through and type up a bunch of the names that I need and then print them out on some sticker paper, cut them apart, put them on here, and then I will probably, these I'm going to probably decorate. I still need to put I've been putting E for element, A for action, and M for make. Now none of these will be elements. They'll either all be action or make. I just wanted to make sure I had at least a certain number of, and I had a few left over from before. So, but I wanted to make sure I had enough to complete my new thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm really so excited for it, and I hope you all, I know I keep on kind of teasing you about it, but I don't want to give it away just yet because I don't totally have it all together, but I am really excited about it. It is something that I feel like you all could participate in, and like I said, it's taking two things that I really love and putting them together. And it also allows me room for collaboration with different artists down the line. So that kind of makes me happy, and not kind of, that does make me happy. I like to work with other people sometimes when, they're able to. So yeah, that's it for me today. Not too long of a video, hopefully. How long did that take us? 17 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I will let you get on with the rest of your day, and I'm going to work some more on these on my own. If you don't have any prompt cards and you want to make yourself a set like Biddy Penny and I did, You know, there's plenty of prompts out there. You can also ask ChatGPT. Um, they can come up with a printable list of prompts for you really easily. I've done it and it works well. Um, so so yeah, you know, it's a really good tool to have in your wheelhouse for if you get stuck or you don't feel creative. You know, just pick a few cards and it'll tell you what you need to make for that day. So I think it's a really good tool to have. So you know, make yourself some base ones and you know, kind of go at it. Sounds, you know, it's pretty easy. So, and a deck of cards is less than $1. You can get them for like 97 cents at Walmart. So, all right. Until next time, remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool stuff. Plus, we get to make really great friends. And until next time, ta ta!